Welcome to Cox San Diego Connection. Today we're talking transportation, getting around our city efficiently so it enhances our quality of life instead of slowing us down. Now, you've probably heard about SANDAG, the San Diego Association of Governments. It's a public agency that makes plans, builds, and implements projects that enhance our region. Here with us today is Gary Gallegos, SANDAG's Executive Director. Gary, who runs SANDAG?
Well, SANDAG is really run by the 18 cities in the county, mayors or council members or county supervisors. That's really the board of directors that makes all the policy decisions for SANDAG.
Now, SANDAG has been involved in a lot of projects over the years. Just recently, the 805 Express Lanes, South Bay Expressway, the Mid-Coast extension of the trolley line. Of course, the 15 has been a huge success. But we're not even to the end, right? There's still a lot more coming up. There's still more development, more great things for San Diego.
Yeah, lots of new stuff to still come up. I-15 is probably a good example where we just recently implemented a rapid bus service that we encourage the public to take that will allow you to get from Escondido to downtown in a competitive time frame with driving alone, and it's got all-day service, frequent service, limited stops. That's one of the ways that we provide transit to be able to get from where people live to where they work. And so yeah, lots of good things, lots of new things coming up that we're working on throughout the San Diego region. You
mentioned moving people back and forth quickly, but rapid is a huge part of that. What is that exactly?
Well, so the idea of it's meant to use buses to give you a trolley-like experience so that we can get you rapidly, hence the name rapid, from places like Escondido where people live but maybe working in Curry Mesa or maybe working in downtown San Diego. So these rapid bus lines that will run on the new improvements we made on I-15 will allow somebody to get on in Escondido and get to downtown in about the same amount of time that it would take them if they were driving alone at a faster, cheaper, maybe more convenient way.
Now, SANDAG administers Transnet, the region's half-cent tax. And it's money that's put to good use, right? It's millions of dollars have been used to improve transportation all over San Diego. Tell us more about Transnet and what people may not get about it.
Well, Transnet is a half-cent of the sales tax pieces, and it's dedicated to transportation projects throughout the San Diego region. So whether it's expanding our trolley system, making our roadway system better, or our 18 cities in the county also use it to improve the local roads that people use every day. So it's a very important resource for us to help keep our system up to snuff and allow us to continue to improve the transportation system so that San Diego grows. We can still get from point A to point B and sort of just keep San Diego moving.
Now, SANDAG is about transportation and not just four wheels. We're talking two wheels also. SANDAG invested millions of dollars into bike projects. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so and this has a connection back to Transnet because that's one of the ways that we pay for this stuff. But in 2010, the board of directors adopted a regional bike plan, a long-range plan, riding to 2050, that really looked at how can we take the great weather we have here in San Diego and how can we develop a bike network that will allow people to bike to where they need to go, and not just for recreational purposes but for ways to get from point A to B to go to work. And so we've expanded a program. The board allocated about $200 million that we were able to bring up front in order to start on 40-some projects, probably add about 70, 80 miles of new bike facilities within the next 10 years. Again, giving San Diegans more choices, more options as to how they get from point A to point B.
And we have Bike to Work Month. Tell us about that.
Well, every year we sponsor a Bike to Work Month, and this year we had just thousands and thousands of people that showed up as a way to bike to work. We had a lot of folks that helped us sponsor things so that there was able to, there were pit stops where people could get water, and it's a kind of a special day to try to introduce biking to the community and as a safe and friendly way to get from point A to point B. And every year it's grown. This year we had tremendous success. We had to postpone it, but the postponement actually turned out positive for us because of the fires that we were experiencing in the northern part of our county. We postponed it by about a week But we just had phenomenal interest in people showing up and wanting to give biking a try.
I do want to talk about your programs for children, especially instead of having parents drive them to school, we get them to carpool or perhaps maybe walk to school. Tell us about those and how they will benefit everybody.
Yeah, so San Diego has a free program. It's through iCommute is one of the ways that you can find out, but it's a school pool program. And the idea here is we try to match up parents in a community so they may share driving responsibilities in terms of if they choose to get their kids to school by driving. The program also tries to match parents and figure out how kids might be able to walk to school, or a parent might be able to pool their efforts to get kids as a group to walk to school. All this aimed at, I think one of the benefits we hope is that it'll also have health benefits, that as we get kids biking and moving around, that it may help us reduce some of the child obesity issues that we run into in the region here. And so it's just another cool program to try to organize schools and get kids, give them different options in terms of how they go to school every day.
Well, Gary, thank you for being with us. And
thank you for having me today.
Thanks for San Diego, for all the good work you do for San Diego.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Now, when we come back, we'll introduce you to a group working to keep us off the highways while keeping us on the move to a better tomorrow. Please stay with us.
The world looks beautiful to me. The sky is blue, you know it's true. It's so wonderful to be.
To make new friends, to go on an adventure, to explore new worlds, to have fun. I can't wait to be a Girl Scout. Start the fun now. Join Girl Scouts today at joingirlscouts.com.
We've been discussing transportation, moving ourselves in the right direction and away from congestion in ways that make sense on several fronts. With us now is Elise Lowe with Circulate San Diego. Welcome, Elise. Tell us about Circulate San Diego and how it was formed.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here. Actually, Circulate San Diego is a new organization. It's a merger between Walk San Diego and Move San Diego, two long-standing nonprofits working on transportation choices. So we started this year as a brand new nonprofit, and we are working to create healthy, vibrant communities with excellent mobility choices.
And you're already making a huge impact in environmental and economic ways. Tell us about how you are accomplishing just that.
Sure. Well, we're making San Diego an easier place for people to live without having to drive so much. We're not against the car, but we just want to make it easier for people to get around walking, biking, transit, car share, you name it. So that's what we work on. And the benefits of that are many. The economic benefits are that driving is expensive. So the less you can drive, the more money you can save, reinvest back into the local economy, support your local businesses. And we also have great environmental benefits from our work with the reduced natural resource consumption when you're using less oil and gas. That actually has great environmental benefits, as well as clean air with more people walking and biking.
And this enhances everybody's lives, true? Even if you're not into biking or walking to places.
Exactly. That's the beauty of our work. If you don't take transit, it still positively affects you when people get off the road by walking and biking and carpooling. It opens up our roads, it reduces congestion. So even if you say, well, that's not for me, when other people do it, it benefits you.
And you're already targeting the next generation. Tell us about your programs for children and how you're educating them already.
Circulate San Diego has amazing programs for kids. Safe Routes to Schools is really where it's at. We work in 7 different cities, in 35 different schools, and our programs affect 30,000 kids. We make it easier for kids to walk to school. We do block by block improvements. We create traffic calming measures, working with the community to decide what those should be, so they've got lots of community support. And we even organize kids to walk to school together, so there's safety. You know, in 1970, about 75% of kids walked to school, but in 2010, only 13% of kids walked to school. We're trying to reverse that.
That'd probably be a huge health benefit if we get more kids walking to school.
Absolutely.
You do have a lot of community events coming up. Tell us about those.
In August, in Lemon Grove, we're going to have several walks that the community can participate on that you can find on our website. Let's see, on August, we're having a fundraiser in East Village in mid-August that you can find on our website, where it's going to be an open space that's active with food trucks, and you can come and enjoy music, and it's a benefit for Circulate San Diego. And we're also going to have some more technical events planned where people can learn about transportation policies and how they're changing, and how we can make a difference in helping to support more multimodal transportation.
And speaking of change, tell us how you're helping shape the new outlook as far as transportation in our region.
Sure. Well, we're actually really supporting the work that the cities are doing. So all of the 18 cities, plus the county and the region, have adopted land use plans, and those land use plans call out where housing and jobs should be, and we're working to help build community support to make sure that we've got great transportation connections, things like mobility hubs where bike share and car share and lots of transit are all compiled together in one area where we're targeting for this new growth to happen. You know, with about 1 million people plan to grow, to come to be in the San Diego region over the next 30 years, we've got to create adequate transportation choices, because there simply isn't enough room for everyone to keep driving.
So this is shaping what San Diego will look like 20, 30, 50 years from now.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a regional plan under SANDAG that encompasses what all the cities have done, and it really looks towards how are we going to spend billions in dollars in our transportation investments to create that growth, to create it in a way that's sustainable, where we have walkable communities, where you and I could live somewhere and you can walk to the grocery store, your job, your library, to recreation, as well as shopping and other retail. We want to create these walkable communities in the future to accommodate these 1 million people, because again, if everyone's driving, the congestion will be horrible.
You're also changing the outlook of residents in certain parts of San Diego. You were telling us San Ysidro has been a huge success story. Tell us how that happened.
Oh, our work in San Ysidro has been transformative. We have a community organizer there who works with parents, and these are parents who their families have been there for only a few years, not for generations upon generations. A lot of people move to San Ysidro and they don't stay there a long time. By creating our walking school buses, by having families help create the transportation calming and traffic calming measures, the people there have really felt like they've made a difference, and families have decided to stay in San Ysidro to help create more improvements in the community. There's a new sense of pride, and we really, really feel accomplished with that.
Oh, great. Well, San Ysidro is my hometown, so I'm glad that it's looking better and better every day. Thanks for being with us, Elise. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the work you're doing with Circulate San Diego.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Now, transportation is a big topic anywhere, including the South Bay and the city of Chula Vista. When we come back, we'll meet 2 people who want to be that city's new mayor. We'll discuss transportation and other topics after a short break.
Is it wrong to call transit just plain hot, or is it oh so right? Rapid takes hands-free travel to a new level. Text, read, work, or sip a hella big coffee in smooth style. This is what it feels like to ride Rapid. Get on board Rapid between Escondido and downtown and pass traffic like it's standing still. Yeah, this is one sweet ride. Visit rapidmts.com.
To use transportation terminology, we're switching gears a little bit to drive into the political arena. One of the big races this November is going to be for mayor of Chula Vista. The city is the second largest city in the county with more than 250,000 residents. One of the candidates running is Mary Salas. Mary, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much, Salvador.
Why do you want to be mayor of Chula Vista?
Oh, I love my city. It's been home to my family for almost 100 years. My grandparents moved to Chula Vista in 1919, and now there's 4 generations of my family that actually live in Chula Vista, including my mom, who's still alive, and my grandchildren. And it's been a community where we have all thrived. And so we have wonderful opportunities in the years ahead to make Chula Vista even a better place for all the families that have moved there recently. And I really believe that I have the skills and experience to do that. A broad range of skills, including my profession in economic development, my service in the State Assembly, where the Speaker of the Assembly actually appointed me to be the lead on water policy for San Diego County. I was chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee. I have a long history of working in the city of Chula Vista, going back to my Planning Commission days way back in 1991. The city's been good to me. I really appreciate the support of all the Chula Vista residents that I've had throughout my political career, and I really want to make sure that we set an environment where our families can thrive in the future.
Now, you have said if you do get the nod for mayor, you will change the way things work at City Hall. One change would be just changing the starting times for city council meetings. What other changes do you have in mind to make it more accessible to people?
Well, that's right. One of the very important things is changing the meeting time back to evening hours where our residents can actually attend city council meetings. It's so important for them to be able to do that, to get civically engaged. I also want to create more opportunities for new people to learn about our boards and commissions and how they can be part of that excitement as we go into the future. And so I've done a number of things, like reach out to the community with different forums related to water use, service on boards and commissions. And I think that the mayor really has to be the public face of the city and go out and meet the community and draw them into City Hall.
What are the topics that you really want to tackle right off the bat to make Chula Vista an even better city than it already is?
Well, we are a great city. You know, we're one of the safest cities in San Diego County, and yet we need to recruit and hire more police officers. So I'm proud to have the endorsement of our police and firefighters in my campaign. I also really believe that we have to do a better job of creating local jobs. 80,000 of our residents go outside of Chula Vista every day to work, and it's going to be my goal to create a better balance of jobs and housing, and I think that that's where my economic development experience will come in handy.
Now, Chula Vista is evolving. You're a big proponent of the Bayfront development, the university, the Millennium Project. Tell us about those and how you're going to make them happen.
Well, you know, I've worked on the university since I was on the city council back in my first term, which was from 96 to 2004, 8 years there. So I was on the university task force team, and we're on the verge of acquiring all the land that we need to finally offer to a university. And I envision a university that's going to be focused on high technology and communications, and as well as taking advantage of our geographical location to Mexico and really develop transborder business development. I think there's huge opportunities for job growth there. And as far as the Bayfront goes, you know, we let out the request for proposal through the port just last week, and we've already got 700 hits of interest on Bayfront development. So I can envision that within the next 4 years that we will have new development, a new hotel on the Bayfront. The Millennium Project is going to be a great opportunity for us to get that balance of housing to jobs. So making sure that we preserve our industrial land space and make sure that we have land available for companies to come in and create those good paying jobs.
You've also said you're big on getting the community to come together again with community planning, community events. How is that going to work?
Well, you know, we had a focus group not too long ago, and we asked our residents what they felt was one of their priorities. And one of the things that they mentioned is having more community events, in particular 4th of July parades. I think that we're one of the only cities that doesn't celebrate 4th of July, one of our most important holidays. So having more events like that, certainly more neighborhood-focused events. We see with the Firefighters Foundation that during their annual pancake breakfast, they literally draw hundreds of local residents into the community. There's a lot of things that we can do.
Wow. What would you say for you is the most important thing that you really want to do?
Of course, making sure that we do set those policies, we streamline our processes so that all the developments, all the initiatives that we have going in Chula Vista can be brought to fruition and make that happen for our community.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate you being with us.
Thank you very
All the best
much,
to
and
you.
I really want to thank the people of Chula Vista for the support they've given me over the years, and I hope they support me for mayor.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Now, in a few minutes, we'll introduce Mary's opponent, Jerry Rendon. We'll hear why he wants to be Chula Vista's next mayor. Please stay with us.
You never know when car trouble may strike. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. When the unexpected happens, Sandag's free Motors Aid programs help keep San Diego's freeways moving. If you're stranded on a freeway, use a call box or call 511 and say roadside assistance. Whether you have a flat tire or overheated engine, the Freeway Service Patrol travels select freeways to provide free help 7 days a week. For help on the highway, call 511 and say roadside assistance. Let's keep San Diego moving.
The USS Midway Museum wants to thank you, San Diego. Since dropping anchor in 2004, San Diegans have made the USS Midway the most visited naval ship in the world. 700 local volunteers donate nearly 250,000 volunteer hours a year. Membership has grown to more than 13,000 supporters. And San Diego teachers bring nearly 50,000 students a year on board to study. As we celebrate our 10th anniversary, you can help us achieve our vision of becoming America's living symbol of freedom. Thank you, San Diego, in partnership with Cox Communications.
Come November 4th, Californians will go to the polls. In Chula Vista, people will be electing a new mayor. One of the candidates is Jerry Rendon, and he's here now to tell us more about himself and what he wants to do for the city of Chula Vista. Why do you want to be mayor of Chula Vista, Jerry?
Well, thank you, Sal. I'm very excited. This is a critical time, a very important time for the city of Chula Vista, and I'm running to get things done. And I want to see our city really prosper. And you know, Chula Vista is my hometown too. And being a lifelong resident of the city of Chula Vista, I want to ensure that we have a lot of important things, and I have a vision that will make a difference for our community. And as we saw in the city of San Diego, who you elect mayor does make a difference. And I'm excited because this election is so very, very, very important. I served 6 years as deputy mayor of the city of Chula Vista and 16 years on the city council, so I have the experience. And that's why I'm stepping in to make a difference, because our city needs to progress and get things done. And kind of sometimes they tease me than saying, well, get things done with my name being Jerry Rendon. Well, that's a good relationship, because we need to do that for the city of Chula Vista. And we have a vision that will totally make a difference. And with the leadership that I have and the experience and the integrity, it will be an important election to move forward.
Sure. What are the things you really want to get accomplished? There's some projects on the board that are going to make Chula Vista even better than it already is.
Well, you're absolutely right, and everybody talks about the Bayfront, and you know, I've lived in Chula Vista my entire life, and for 4 decades we've talked about getting the Bayfront done. Well, it's more than getting it done, Sal. It's the fact that this is a project that will be kind of like a Seaport Village type, and it will bring jobs to Chula Vista, and that's what I want to see happen, jobs coming to Chula Vista. It also will be not only construction jobs, and there will be permanent jobs, and it will make a difference for Chula Vista. The other thing about the Bayfront, there are so many benefits. It will promote tourism. One of the things that I see is a water taxi that will commute people from Chula Vista's Bayfront to the Hotel Del to downtown San Diego, and we will make it a big tourist attraction. And this is not in competition with the city of San Diego. It's to be a complement to the city of San Diego. And it will also have a huge impact on the west side. One of the benefits that our residents expect is not only more jobs and tourism, but the property values will be greatly increased because of this project, not only just on the Bayfront, but it will support 3rd Avenue, a revitalization of 3rd Avenue, and all of the people who live on the west side will see increase in property values. And that's important. And so I want to see the dirt fly, to see the project started and moving forward. And I pledge as your mayor, working for the citizens of Chula Vista, to stay on it constantly so that we really see this happening. It's the most prime land available, and it will ensure that we make a difference, and that's why leadership is critical. But that's only part of the vision. In addition to that, I'm very excited as a lifelong educator to see a new university in the southeast portion of Chula Vista. And by next year, 2015, we will have 375 acres available for a new university. My father was the founder of Southwestern College, and I'm pledged to the residents of the city of Chula Vista to ensure that your children and grandchildren will have an opportunity to go to an institution of higher learning right there in Chula Vista. My grandparents emigrated through Ellis Island. My father taught all his sons what was important is education. It's a great equalizer. Well, I can't think of anything more important to bringing high-paying jobs and promoting our community than a new university right there that will help educate our children and grandchildren. I'm pledged to do that, and that's only part of the solution, Sal. In addition to that, we will be able to increase revenues for the city of Chula Vista, and that's what elected officials are responsible to do, is to ensure that when these revenues are increased, they are put back to benefit the community. So not only the Bayfront with all those dollars will be back, but also the university. And I'm pledged as a top priority to bring jobs to Chula Vista. I'd like to share with you one of the statistics that's most disturbing to me. On a daily basis, 83,000 residents of the city of Chula Vista leave Chula Vista to work elsewhere. Well, Chula Vista is a beautiful community, my hometown too. And you know, you live there and you play there, but let's also work there. I've been very lucky in my life that my entire professional opportunities for 38 years, I lived in Chula Vista. We have to reverse that. We have to bring jobs back in Chula Vista. That's for the Bayfront, that's for the new university. And one of the things we can do, and one of the things being discussed about the university, is the tying in with the Olympic Training Center. Maybe it will be an attraction to bring in a university that will look at sports medicine, the athletes, and what a prime target. When you have 375 acres, that will attract the university and bring jobs. And that's what we have to do so that people will be all three parts: work, play, and live in Chula Vista to the community.
Well, you have a lot of plans, and unfortunately we don't have a lot of time to discuss everything you want to do for Chula Vista, but we wish you the very best in your campaign and on down the road.
Well, thank you, and I just wanted to say one last thing. I'd like the people to vote for Jerry Rendon for mayor, and you know what? You will be able to keep Mary Salas on council and Jerry Rendon, and we'll be able to have both of us serving the city of Chula Vista so that we can make a difference, because we've got to get our people off the freeways. And so if you believe in experience and integrity and demand the leadership, then elect Jerry Rendon to get things done. So we will make our community the best it can possibly be. I'll work for you.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it. Well, I'm Salvador Rivera, and on behalf of all of our guests and the employees of Cox Communications, we want to thank all of you for watching Cox San Diego Connection, helping you learn and prosper.